Right, guys, we're back. Third podcast of the week here. I have two lovely guests with me today who I have already met previously, and they are amazing. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves today. I'm not going to say a word. Let's just see how I get on with that. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Tell me who you are.
Well, my name is Kwesi Akisa-Mensah. I say Kwesi from Family Enrichment Services, CIC.
And I'm Henrietta Akisa-Mensah from Family Enrichment Services.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming here today to meet with us.
Thank you.
Can you tell me how, actually, where should we start? Is it best, how did Family Enrichment Services, CIC, begin? And how long have you been going?
Family Enrichment Services has been going officially for 3 years.
Yeah.
However, we were functioning unofficially for about, I'd say it goes back 4, 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Because my background is social work.
Yeah.
And I worked in the adult transitions team, Swindon Borough Council, with young people between the ages of 14 and 25 who had special additional needs and disabilities, and also a qualified traumatologist.
Wow.
So we have 2 amazing teenagers.
Yeah.
Our daughter is
Will be 18
17, will be 18 next month.
Oh, wow.
And our son will be 15. Well, he is 15.
Yeah.
They both have been diagnosed with autism,
Okay.
sensory processing difficulties, anxiety, OCD, and it goes on. And it was tricky for us with their diagnosis.
Okay.
And just within our communities where neurodiversity isn't something that's very much talked about or embraced.
Yes.
And so, recognized. And so, whilst a social worker working with families from ethnic minority backgrounds, I was able to identify that there were challenges.
Yeah.
Families accepting their young people, children's conditions, and seeking appropriate support and services, or even those who were open to services, engaging, was difficult. And so we kind of related. I related to that, or with that, because in our own communities, we found it tricky because it was difficult to have conversations with, people from our communities who understood and accepted these conditions. And so I left Swindon Borough Council. I resigned due to ill health. I suffer from fibromyalgia, amongst other health conditions. And it became really difficult for me to stay in work, so I resigned. But my husband also has a lot of experience in the healthcare sector.
So since 2008,
Yes.
So 2008, been involved in working with children and young people and adults with autism and all that. So that, and then with the children, the experience that we had, it was clear that there was a gap, if I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So we decided to jump in.
I think it's fantastic.
Put all those knowledge, skills, to support people from ethnic minority communities who struggled, accepting, acknowledging, and seeking support.
Yeah.
So that's how Family Enrichment Services.
It's amazing. It's a big task, I'd imagine. And so how old were your children when they were diagnosed?
Our son was 9 years old when he was diagnosed.
Yeah.
Even though we noticed from when he was about 1.
Yeah.
Really?
Having said that,
Yeah.
our daughter, I suppose it helped with our son because our daughter She was diagnosed when she was 14,
Okay.
even though the referral had gone in 4 years prior to that. So it was a long wait for her. But we also noticed different, when she was around 3 years old, a lot of rigidity and lining up things. And so we contacted Health Vista. She was around 4 years old then, and said, "Oh, we think there's something not right. Can you, come and have a look?"
Yeah.
And then she came to observe. There were two of them came to observe, and they said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with your daughter. She's just an intelligent child." And at this point, we knew that she was really intelligent.
Yeah.
But there was also all these,
Other
rigidity
behaviors.
and other
Different traits,
behaviors.
yeah,
That we couldn't quite put a finger. Then we didn't know it was autism. We just knew she was different.
Yeah.
Yes, and so when our son was born, like I said, by the time he was 1, he was just doing all these amazing things, identifying cars from a distance. He could name any car coming from a distance.
Yeah.
And by the time he was 3, he just started reading.
Taught himself how to read.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't teach him. One day he just said to me, "Mommy, can you teach me how to read?"
Yeah.
And I brought all these, alphabets, our daughter's, early books, alphabet sounds, and I realized he was already...
You just picked it up.
He was just reading.
Yeah.
And that was a shock to us because we had no idea, and he was only 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, something something is just not right here. Again, we went searching, and then we came across Potential Plus UK.
Okay.
Which is an organisation that supports children with high learning potential.
I've not heard of them.
They are amazing.
They still exist today?
It still exists.
Right.
Please look out for them.
Okay.
They used to be called National Association for Gifted Children, but now they're called Potential Plus UK.
Right.
I reached out to them, and then they made us, took us through a questionnaire, and then they said, "Oh, we think you're dealing with a gifted child here." Then our son was only 4.
Yeah.
So they said that their assessment started from 6 years old.
Right.
So when he was 6, we booked an appointment for him to be assessed. And it was a cognitive assessment. And that's when they informed us that our son had an IQ of 141, which was like 99.7th percentile.
Oh my God.
However, they also picked that he had sensory processing. He had screening with sensory processing difficulties. And so that was the first time we were faced with this. And then they encouraged us to go through GP for him to have a full sensory profiling assessment.
Right.
So that was our journey to,
it's good to know people's roots,
Exactly,
because I've not heard of this before, so it's good to understand those roots.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were so helpful in our journey. And so that's how we got, through NHS, and then he was diagnosed at the age of 9. But we said our daughter was earlier on. So, but with all of these, as we're saying, it was really difficult. We didn't know how to talk to our friends about it, because our son also was presenting with very rigid behaviors. At the age of 3, he was folding his clothes and putting them in certain areas, and you couldn't move them, and it was like all very new and stressful for us. And so sometimes you speak with people and they're like, "Oh, they just just get on with it," or
they can always be sarcastic, because you'd be like, "Oh, what? So you're not saying you're moaning, but say, oh, you're moaning because you've got an intelligent child who tidies up after themselves. What's your problem?" Like, but you're not seeing how
exactly.
Yes, you know what I'm saying.
And so it was really, really difficult. But like we're saying, it wasn't people. You had to live with us in our home to
fully see and understand.
The challenges we were experiencing. So we sought support because of our professional backgrounds. We thought, okay, what do we do with this? And we were able to. We felt more confidence, as I mentioned, because of the social work background. Yes, but we know that many families within our communities would struggle with that.
Yeah. Well, so like, one, maybe not believing in it.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah.
two, not really knowing how to signpost where to go. Yeah.
So it's more signposting. People are not aware.
Yeah.
And then also those who are aware have doubts about the system. To say, well, from where we come from, you'd have to pay for these services.
Yes, you were saying this to me at the 7 coffee morning, weren't you?
Yeah, you have to pay for these services. So
Yeah.
if it's free, you're in doubt, where's the catch?
Yeah. It's a bit
so
suspicious.
It's not really, you're not too open to just, let's see what's there. So, and you're not used to it. So it's something new. So you need to have more knowledge. Somebody needs to talk to you more about it, and also to let you know the process. Then it will be something that you would want to look at. But then the first thing is, you know what, it's okay. Or some also say, I don't want my child to be branded or to be labeled and all that.
Yeah,
so
to be in the system.
And then it'll be on the file. There's the term, it will go on the child's file.
Yeah.
So that's also a barrier. So it's like, you know what, I'll be okay, I'll be fine. To the point that you are not fine. It's like at this point, it's getting out of hand. Then whatever situation is making them assess what is available. But then you realize it might be too late because it's gone to a level that now it's out of hand.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is from the very, very beginning, if possible, we just signpost every letter, but this available. Then we use our lives as an example, or as an open book. This is what we went through.
It's your lived experience.
This is what we went through. This is the help we got, and this is where they were, and this is where they are now.
Yeah.
Because of the help that is available, that we took advantage of, or we sought that help. So if you just imagine, this is where we were. This is where we are now. So, do you think there's something that will help you? Definitely.
Yeah.
It's helpful, and it will help the child to also give up their best, because you don't want to put barriers that will prevent them from achieving what they could have potentially achieved. So that's what we're trying
amazing.
to do.
Yeah, because you have that personal and professional experience. It's just talking people through when they feel afraid and they don't know where to go, and maybe generationally as well, like grandparents saying things, that I hear that a lot of like, well, we didn't have this in our day.
Yeah.
Maybe you did, and you perhaps yourself are under the spectrum, but you don't realise. Did it make you look back at your family as well?
Oh, yes.
Yourself or further?
Yes, ourselves and further. I can definitely see traits in, some of my family members. Yeah, even my extended. Because these are behaviours, especially with autism. It's behaviours. You're not going to know by just looking at the person. No, it's a behaviour, and so definitely can identify.
And that's what parents say when they're going through a process, is like when they start drilling it down.
Yes.
They start reflecting.
Yeah.
Like, hang on a minute.
I
need to get checked. So it's absolutely amazing what you do. So I'm guessing you have quite a following and a community, but do you go into schools and like say talking to the Senko and saying, and then they come to you, have you got good relationships with schools?
Yes, we are working with Senkos in some schools. Our aim is to be accessible to all Senkos in schools in Swindon and beyond, because we know that there are some children and young people from ethnic minority backgrounds who have special needs. They may or may not be on the SEN register, but if Senkos, come across families who they might be struggling, to engage, or for whatever reasons they're not able to work collaboratively with, we're happy to be
you bridge that gap.
Yes, we do bridge that gap. Yes. So we support families, we attend meetings with families, professionals meetings. Sometimes schools also reach out to us to sit in meetings, support ethnic minority families. And so we work, we support both
from both ends. It's like we're like the bridge. making
And that's
things
how I feel
smoother.
with what I do, being parent professional and trying to, you can see things from both sides, and it's like, let's improve that communication, and that's what can we do to put that child first, because that's, sometimes we lose sight of that when we're all trying, we all have our opinions, and it's like, well, we're trying to create a pathway for this child, so
The
what's
child, yeah.
the best way. Yeah, perhaps we can talk about that off the podcast as well, because I've worked in nearly every school in Swindon. So
Wow.
if there's anything anywhere particularly that you're looking to build a relationship with, then perhaps, you know, there's some conversations that can be had, and if that's what you're looking,
That's
you can
great.
tell me who
That's
you're working
great.
with
That's
and where you
good.
want to go next.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is
that would be
opening
great.
those doors,
Yes.
so we
That
can
would be
talk
great.
about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also do get some referrals from children's services. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So building those connections with the families and exploring those difficult areas that they're not able to openly discuss with their professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing what you're doing. Like you say, there's a
Yeah.
gap, and it's like, not until you said it did I understand.
Yeah.
You know, really,
Yeah.
I've not thought
Yeah.
about it in that sense, and not really come across. And
And
then, but
many-
as soon as you said it, it's like, of course.
Yeah. And many find it difficult to also understand the processes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
some want to engage, but then they find the process overwhelming.
Yeah.
And they need someone to break things down, take them
Mm.
through the process, especially with EHCPs.
Yeah.
We've had families who are like, what's an EHCP?
Mm.
Our children's schools are wanting to apply for an EHCP. Should we go ahead?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, please do.
Yeah.
You know, and it takes time for them to grasp, because like my husband said earlier on, in our countries, we
It's
don't
not
have these
available.
support systems.
No, and then
know.
you, like you say, be suspicious of like, okay, you're saying I don't have to pay anything now, but what if I do further down the line, and what does that mean if
Then
this organisation gets involved, and you know, people start thinking the worst, don't they? They think that they're
People
being
want to be
scrutinised.
private.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so like the shame of that, and sort of upholding their own values and culture, and what that, the impact of that. So yeah, and just worrying maybe that social services are going to get involved, or start thinking the worst
So I think
case.
it's the
Exactly.
other side. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the social services will get involved, and my child will be taken away
Mm.
from me. So yeah, I'm okay. So even there are situations where even when they need the help,
Yeah.
they're not willing to open up to the professionals involved to let them
Mm.
know, you know what, I can do up to this point. I need help beyond this point.
Yeah.
They are afraid that if I say I can't do it, then my child will be taken away from me.
Mm.
So even when they're struggling, I'm happy to struggle through, and it's not a thing to it's not something to blame them. That is how we've been brought up. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's my
Yeah,
child.
to do it on
I
our own,
need
and
to
take
take up my child and
responsibility.
take
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah.
So they want to continue to, even if it's difficult. So when there's help
Yeah.
to help you do it better, we're still not confident in
No.
assessing that help, because well, maybe if I assess the help to a point, it will get to a point where I'll be told my child is going to be taken away
Yeah,
from
because
me,
you're saying
and
you
I don't
can't
want
cope. Yeah, and it's like.
and I don't want that. So
Yeah.
yeah, go.
Something stayed with me when I was working in the adult transitions team. I was allocated to work with a young person from one of the African countries.
Mm.
And I remember sitting in his EHCP review meeting, and it was clear that parents were struggling,
Mm.
because in school this young person was 2 to 1, but at home it was just the parents. And I'd been allocated to him to transition him into adult services.
Yeah.
So I'd assess the family, and in the review meeting, I already knew that, you know, parents were experiencing challenges and needed additional support at home. But during the meeting, EHCP review meeting, when parents were asked how things were at home, they're like, oh, everything is fine, we're doing okay. And it just didn't sit
Mm.
well with me. So at the end of the meeting, called them aside, and I was like, what was that in there? And they said, oh, you know, if we say that we're struggling, they might take our child from us.
Oh.
And I was like, no. So this family was only, the young person was only open to aiming high,
Yeah.
which is a local offer.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, it's not like that.
Mm.
I said, can you contact your child's young person social worker and the disabled children's team and see if they can put in some respite hours for you. To be honest, they did. And that was because I said it was okay.
Yeah.
Coming from me.
Yeah. It's like giving permission, isn't it? Like from somebody trusted.
Yeah. And they contacted the social worker, and it wasn't even a big deal straight away because they had expressed that they needed that support. The social worker put in that support.
Yeah.
And so it's those sorts of fear or uncertainty, you know, if we say we're struggling, because I'm yet to meet a family with special needs children who haven't got, you know, challenges.
Yeah.
But it can come across as if parents are irresponsible or bad parenting styles. That's what's causing the children or young people to have these conditions.
Yeah.
And so some parents can take on some guilt and blame.
Yeah.
But when it's coming from professionals, because we've worked with families who have said, oh, professionals think that, you know, it's our fault.
Yes.
And so having to hear it,
Yeah.
no, they don't want to hear it.
No.
And so they just keep to themselves.
But I think because like the default would be like, right, yeah, we'll send you on a parenting course, which is fine. Like you go on a parenting course, like to tick the box perhaps, and maybe you might learn a little bit from it. But then that almost suggests like, yeah, it's your fault. So.
And I think it's how it comes across as well, because when our son was diagnosed, CAMS offered us Signet course, which was, and it was fantastic. It was great.
Yeah.
We didn't feel that we were terrible parents because we needed to learn the skills and strategies to parent children who had autism.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I suppose it's how maybe it would come across to these parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but surely if people think you're a terrible parent, I think that's not nice.
Yeah.
So I can understand why some parents with children with, you know, disabilities would, especially from the ethnic minority communities or African communities, would not want to express how difficult or challenging it is, because they might feel they'll be blamed for bad parenting.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a question.
Yes.
How is it being married and working together?
We know that it is not always easy.
Yeah.
To work together, but we found our way.
Yeah.
We find that we get on very well.
Yeah.
We're able to express our feelings, our thoughts to each other without fear or without guilt, and we listen to each other, and so it helps. And it helps. We're objective.
Yeah.
And we don't take things personal. We stay focused on what needs to be done. We've actually spent more than half of our lives together.
Yeah. Ah.
We dated 8.5 years before we got married. I'm going to be 20 years this year.
Oh.
And having we knew we wanted to have 2 children, but little did we know that they were going to be, you know, having special needs.
Yeah.
That wasn't part of our conversation.
No,
Never, ever.
But then what is when you say you have children?
I know.
We all have our... You don't know what kind of parent you are until you are a parent.
Exactly.
So you can't sit and go, well, my morals and values of parenting are this.
Because
you haven't got that little person in front
No.
of you. I was talking about this the other day, like, you know, you can't plan for that anyway, with or without, you know, additional needs.
But I think we had a great foundation. And so that helped when the challenges
it's made it
came
easier.
on.
Yeah, you know how to communicate with each other.
And I'd say it's really lovely working together. I mean, it's we've discussed before. It makes things easier for us. It's easier. People might say, well, but then it's easier when we're working together.
Yeah.
And because we talk, and so there's certain things that this is the way we are going, and we just agree, because before we even get to that junction, we know that is where it's going to go. So it's like, it makes it smoother, and then we go, and maybe, what do you think should we, and then she does that time. She wouldn't say what she wants to, but she wants to find out. So
Yeah.
I just, oh yeah, I think we should go that way. What do you think? Yeah, I was thinking the same. And we realized we just, yeah. So
That's
it's
respectful. Were you talking? Yeah.
it's
I like
it's
that.
it's really it's nice.
Good.
It's nice.
Is there anything else that, like, what's next on the agenda? What is it? Where do you want to go next?
Well,
Yes.
we're going to say, in addition to supporting families with special needs and disabilities, we also have the mental health aspect, where, again, mental health isn't a topic that is talked about much in the Black communities. And so we use it as an opportunity to educate. We do have presentations in churches, groups, communities, creating awareness around good mental health. And because we do get physical health, we do, but when it comes to mental health, it's not one of the topics that is very much talked about. And so we use it as an opportunity to create awareness about importance of good mental health, and also trauma, how that impacts children, young people, and adults.
Yeah.
And we also
training-
provide, so
training side.
as we're working and supporting families, we also support professionals.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we do, one of the services we provide is provide training workshops for professionals,
Good.
so that they can also be equipped
Yeah.
in working with Black families or ethnic minority families. Yeah, so that's one of the services
really
we
key.
provide.
Yeah. Because you can, do what you do, but if everybody else isn't doing it, then how is it all going to be collaborative?
Yeah.
The training is one of them is called being culturally competent.
Yeah, working from a culturally competent
perspective.
Okay.
So well, we work together with Dr. Aman Anyeje. I'll let her talk more about it because it's in her area. She's a former social worker.
Dr. Aman Anyeje, she's a wonderful person. She's a retired, renowned social worker.
Okay.
Who has received a lifetime award for her contribution to social work, and she developed the two houses model.
Yes.
Which has been adopted by the Scottish government, and she talks about how important it is for professionals and to realize, or for in terms of parenting, that we've got the first house, which is where would have grown up in our backgrounds, and then the second house where you take what's good from both houses, and work and parent, not to just leave everything from the first house and take on board everything in the second house, but seeing what's best from each of the houses. And she delivers our training workshops, and they've been attended by various professionals. We've had psychotherapists, we've had nurses, social workers. So any professional working with Black families or ethnic minority families. And the other popular one also is Culturegram.
Okay.
Which is specially designed for social workers. Who, or other professionals who assess and work with Black families.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're covering so much. It's so good. So good. And just so impressive. You should be so proud of yourself. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Before we go, is there anything else? I wouldn't want to miss anything out.
Well, we'll say that families can contact us directly. As well as professionals, be it independent or corporate professionals, who are working with, so for example, school Senkos, or education welfare officers who might hit brick wall, working with any Black families. We're here.
I will put all the links on,
Okay.
so you can click on.
Thank you.
Wherever you've got. You've obviously got a website.
We have a
Yes.
website.
Are you on social media?
We have Facebook account.
Yeah.
There's TikTok.
Instagram?
I think we have Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
Instagram
Okay.
as well. Yeah,
Oh,
we have
they're all
Instagram
on.
as well. We're on.
All on. That's good.
We're on.
Okay.
And then on the website, I mean, if you want to contact us via WhatsApp, the number is there. There's a link that you
Yeah.
can just contact us directly.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time today.
And
Thank you,
Thank you
Fran.
so much
Thank
for the
you.
opportunity as well to have us on the podcast.